Hello, everyone. Time for another round of Bible trivia. Before we do that, I got to tell you something. There was a teacher, and she asked this question: why does a stone sink in water when you throw it in? Well, one of the students raises his hand and says, because it doesn't know how to swim. Oh, can you imagine being a teacher, especially in the younger grades, and some of the answers you received to questions? Probably hard for teachers not to laugh a lot of times and just fall on the floor from silly things that kids say. But anyway, let's get to our Bible trivia. Got 10 questions, and of course, 2 bonus questions worth 3 points apiece. And those are optional, as you probably already know if you've been watching these for a long time. So let's just jump right into it. Question number 1: where was Saul publicly proclaimed king and the first stop of the Israelites after they crossed the Jordan River? Is it Gilgal, Quaram, or Engedi? 1 Samuel 11 verses 14 through 15 tells us that it was Gilgal. Number 2, name the home of King Og and a city full of giants. Is it Hazor, Ashtoreth, or Gebel? Deuteronomy 1 verse number 4 tells us that it's Ashtoreth. Number 3, where was Abraham born? Tanis, or Babylon? Genesis 11 verse 27 through 28 tells us that it is Number 4, the disciples were first called Christians in this city: Ephesus, Thessalonica, or Antioch? Acts 11 verse 26 tells us the answer is Antioch. Number 5, this city was the main headquarters of Jesus' earthly ministry. Is it Tiberius, Nazareth, or Capernaum? Matthew 4 verse 13 tells us the answer is Capernaum. And here's your bonus question: whose mother-in-law was healed in Capernaum? Whose mother-in-law was healed in Capernaum? Matthew 8 verses 14 through 15 tells us that it was Peter's mother-in-law. All right, here's your next set of questions. To help a poor widow, Elisha had her borrow several pots from her neighbors to be filled with what? Perfume, meal, or oil? 2 Kings 4 verses 1 through 7 tells us the answer is oil. Number 2, what did the Schumannite woman and her husband provide for Elisha when he came to visit? Was it special food, an upper chamber, or laundry services? 2 Kings 4 verses 8 through 10 tells us that it was an upper chamber. Number 3, when Elisha was accidentally served poisonous stew, what did he put in the pot to make the food eatable? Was it meal, salt, or bitter herbs? 2 Kings 4 verses 38 through 41 tells us that it was meal. Number 4, who was the captain of the army let me start over. Who was the captain of the army of Aram, or Syria, who Elisha healed of leprosy? Was it Nahor, Nahum, or Nathan? 2 Kings 5 verses 1 through 14. It was Naaman. Love that story. Number 5, after Elisha died and was buried, what happened to the dead man who was thrown into Elisha's grave? He was revived, he was consumed by fire, or he disappeared? 2 Kings 13 verses 20 through 21 says he was revived. Imagine that, you're trying to bury someone, put him in there to bury him and put him next to another dead person. He touches him and then he comes alive. Wow, that'd be something else. All right, here's your bonus question. Why was the dead man thrown into Elisha's grave? Why was the dead man thrown into Elisha's grave? 2 Kings 13 verse 20 through 21 tells us the answer. The Moabites were invading the land. All right, hope you did well with that. Let me know in the comments how you did, and I hope you have a great weekend.